Or we're ready next. Megan, we on?
Yes, we're good.
Right. Welcome to Coastside Fire Protection District Board of Directors regular board meeting, July 22nd, 2026. Roll call, please, Gene.
Dr. Hannah.
Present.
Dr. Cheryl. Here. Dr. McKinney. Here. Dr. Cockrell.
Here.
President Burke.
Here, please join me to pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Any members of the public who would like to address the board at this time? Any member of the public who would like to speak? Moving on to the consent calendar, I'd like to note that Director McKinney is asked to be recused in its consent calendar. And with that, we'll have the motion to approve the consent calendar. So moved. Seconded. Roll call, please, Jeannie.
Dr. Hannah.
Yes.
Dr. Cheryl. Yes. Dr. Cockrell.
Yes.
Dr. Burke.
Yes.
Motion passes 401 recused.
Moving on to continuing business, and I'm not sure who might be able to speak to this point, but if anybody can get the chief in, state of the wildfire protection zone, verbal, no staff report, anything they could add on that.
So the Board of Forestry is going to be meeting this month, Santa Cruz County. They're having their annual meeting this week in Santa Cruz County. So we're hoping to get some more direction. We don't have any definitive direction for forestry yet.
Okay.
We're hoping that something comes out of this Board of Forestry here towards the end of July, gives some better direction on what the parameters are going to be for zone 0.
All right.
So stand by.
Thank you. And any report on the temporary and station 44 projects?
I have a few notes. The crew has settled into the new temporary station. We're still addressing some minor issues with the temporary facility. We have received quotes for installing an electrical gate and motor. And we'll be starting that project soon. Estimated cost is $6,700. We have a contractor preparing to move the storage shed down to the temporary station. No finalized date for this yet. And then as far as the new, that was for temporary station 44.
Yeah.
For new station 44, we're still waiting for the final permit approval from the county. Their last review came back with 2 comments. We addressed those comments, resubmitted for approval. We have high confidence that they will approve the permit with no further comments. However, county permit issuance will be conditioned on PG&E issuing a disconnect letter and Montero Water issuing an okay to construct letter. PG&E has responded and advised that they will remove the meter, coil up overhead lines and cap the gas riser so that we can begin demo of the building. Montero Water requires potholing of the water and sewer lines prior to issuance. We have Andretti scheduled to complete the potholing the week of 7/20. Once we have the pothole information, the water and sewer plans can be completed and submitted to Montero for final approval. We believe that PG&E and Montero items will extend into August, and the Montero process will result in plan changes. Due to these items, we will be pushing the design approval from the board to the August board.
Questions, comments?
I think Sid is waiting for admission.
Sid, do you have a comment or question? Sid Young. She only raised her hand.
I didn't mean to raise my hand. I was just trying to log in. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So when is there any indication that when we will be prepared to go out to bid on station 44?
No, I'm not sure. Do you have any?
I think we still got a little bit of a runway there, Gary, with the encroachment permits for the potholing with Montero Water still need to be ironed out for new station 44.
Yes.
I can't speak to a timeline, but I'd say it's going to be a little bit longer.
Then when?
A little bit longer.
You know, we ought to name 40 station 44 a little bit longer.
I can report that the temporary shed at 44 has been dismantled and starting to be moved.
Yes.
And that there should be, I believe the flagpole as well will be worked on with some contracting and stuff.
Oh, good.
For this, which is there, it was ordered in itself.
So like Pat said, the shed is torn down, it's torn down yesterday. And they're gonna reassemble it at temporary 44. The power's turned back on temporary 44. Which is a good thing. And I suggested we need a sign for temporary 44. That this is a fire station. So if they go to disconnect the power again, they might think twice.
Are we connected at 44, temporary 44?
Yes.
Yeah. Good point. Good point. You could connect.
When I was signing checks, I noticed that PG&E does, or we pay in bulk, we pay 44, 41, 40. And only 41 and 40 was on the description. I thought that odd. So
But thank you to Megan for getting that handled and getting power back on.
appreciate that. And I'm sure the boys did too.
Yeah.
Or the troops.
And I'll just add, thanks for getting that sign into the 41.
Yeah, it looks good.
It's in red and black or over, that's nice. Other than that.
Gene, I vaguely recall that on the station of 41, the Eltonado Water District held us up some period of time. Was the water district have an opportunity to hold up 44 construction?
We would hope, I don't know what conversations have been ongoing with them, but we can check on that and check again on a specific date for the bid issuance and get back to you.
I'd hate to be going out to bid and have to run into another hurdle. It would be nice to know in advance what we might need to do. Any other?
Lindenberg, I would just say that, yeah, and the question is, can the water district pull something up? I think I could probably say yes. Will they? No, could they, sure.
This is an unrelated question, it has to do with the old station 41. The sheriff still rent that space, is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. Have they implemented any of the building upgrades that they were going to do in that facility?
I have no idea.
I've been bringing this one up for a little bit and you kind of toss it around, and I think it's right now, nothing has happened or changed, and we didn't have anything in the lease. We discussed this a little while back last year, I think, or this year. If there was anything in the lease saying, you should start by X date or whatnot, so. I think we sent them a letter a little while ago.
We did, there were some issues with the landscaping being maintained, that's been handled. I can check and see if we have any additional information on when they may start the improvements. They have been paying the rent. But.
Yeah, maybe another nice
Check.
letter, isn't it? Until that building kind of, gets some love.
Or live
They
there.
did nice.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as when the weeds were there and whatnot, but it'd be nice to see it.
Are they asking to vacate the lease?
No,
Okay,
At least not formally.
all right, thank you.
Okay, good question. We'll see if we can do that. Others? Okay. Moving on to new business, weed abatement. Chief, do you have anything?
Yes, I do. Staff is recommending that the board accept the attached staff report and approve the resolution to recover costs for weed abatement in the amount of $40,474.54 for work that was conducted on 39 parcels.
Very good. Any questions,
I'd like to make a motion.
please?
I make a motion to approve the weed abatement billings.
Motion back.
Second, moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Roll call, please, Jane.
Director Hannah,
Yes.
Director Cheryl. Yes. Director McKinney,
Yes.
Director Cockrell.
Yes.
President Bird.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Moving on, review and approve draft audit financial statements and independent audit report for the year ending June 2025, Chief West. And I've asked the chief, rather than throwing him into this that he allow me just to kind of cover this, the audit and a couple things. And I'd just like to point out a couple of things that I think are of importance or interesting that maybe you've noted, and perhaps some of you have questions as well. But the first thing I would note is it's an unqualified audit. which means there are no hidden problems or anything else that was wrong with it. And that's a blessing and always is on an audit. If you look at the financial highlights on page 4 of the audit, it really gives you a snapshot at the top as to where we are. That our net position cash increased by some 11%. The net position period to 11% to $4.5 million, which is great shape. We had our total revenue from all sources increased by almost 8% during that time. And I noted that one of the big increases in cash was from our investment earnings. And that's going to be even more so next year because we've had even more money invested in the past year. And the total expenses for the district decreased by 3%. And we initially purchased new capital assets. Now, again, this is 2025, but I'm not exactly sure what that 124 is, but it might be the last new engine. I would say that, but it is. But I think you'd agree that those highlights that are in the audit are very positive, and I'm not sure anything that was. Please interrupt me if there's questions or anything like that. The other on that I'd just like to call your attention to is on page, let's see, 29. Post-employment benefits and so forth. And just to clarify, down the bottom it says there's covered participants, and there's 25 down the bottom of that page. That's the health care for our former employees, and that is covered by our investment in PARS. That is not a bill or an invoice or anything to do with that. So it's taken care of with that. Under page, now go back a page to section page 24, the notes receivable, we also have another contract with Samtrans for the use of the bus that here, which is not included. I don't know what that amounts to in money, but that needs to be added to that description and money that's there. And then if you would go to page 34, this is the retirement numbers for the previous prior to CAL FIRE employees. And as you can see there, and please, Gene, correct me with the terminology here if I'm wrong, but you can see we have a total of 94 people that are involved that the district is responsible for. Now, as I understand it, some of those individuals might have been here for a year or two, and they're getting a small share from the co-side, and some of us maybe work their career here. There's a variety of people that are included in that. And CAL FIRE is not involved in that at all. This is completely separate from CAL FIRE. And if you recall that the first of the year, each year, we make a payment to CalPERS, and a lot of times, I didn't write it down, but I think it's our share is yearly amount is $1.7 million. So we're up to date and everything is fine in terms of that. I'd also add that I didn't see it in here that at the previous meeting, the 2 meetings ago, we paid off the miscellaneous in the previous CalPERS contract. So that is where we are with that. Gee, maybe you can help me in this. In any experience, does CalPERS send out who are the people who we're paying for? I mean, at one point in time, we used to get, this is a long time ago, we used to get a list of who the district is responsible for and paying for. Is that a common thing to do anymore? I'm not sure.
I don't know if we get anything like that.
I'm not
First
seeing.
time I can inquire.
just inquire, it's no big deal, my skepticism sometimes that Cal Fire gets the better of me, but, I got Cal Fire, Cal Curtis, okay, but if there is something, just so that we could see, who the heck is it, I mean, okay, to do that. Okay. And then on page, let's see, 39. I can find it. Well. Do auditors get paid by the page? Okay.
No, they get paid by the pound.
And this is just to point out, something that might come into effect, and if it does, could have a serious effect on the district. And that is the discount rate that Cal PERS charges. The current rate is 6.9%, which they anticipating making. A couple of years ago, that discount rate was 8% or something like that. And every time they reduce the discount rate, their intent of what they're making, we, the members of CalPERS, pay the difference. And I just point out to you that two things. One is if you read the newspapers and have any faith in some of the stories, the questions of California's financial situation is kind of flexible. But if that were to result in the best CalPERS increasing the discount rate to 7.9 in this example, it would have a sizable plus there. It would have reducing it. I'm not a discount. Reducing it to 5.9, we would go from owing $13 to $19 million. So the discount rate is really a key thing in terms of our financial future, as is pointed out. Okay. All right. The only other just digressing a little bit from this, our financial issues are really kind of built around Station 44, how we do that and how we're going to pay it off and what the total cost is going to be. We also have, from a financial point of view, a number of unknowns, URAF, JPA, and some other things that we're paying for us now who may or may not be able to maintain their current financial thing. We have started, if you recall, board members, a fund called CalPERS Exit, and that's a somewhat long range plan, depending again on 44 to do it, but certainly it's 5 to 10 years down the road to take care of that, and we expect to achieve that. Finally, I would, in my opinion, I would look at this audit and say it's good news. I don't see anything in here that would cause me any concern or uneasiness. Quite the contrary, I think everything is fine. And with that, I would say that certainly the Cal Fire has been a major factor in that audit, and all the staff who have done purchasing and inspected on all the things that we buy deserve a great deal of admiration and respect. So thank everybody. With that monologue, questions? Well, wait a minute. All right, and then back to the agenda. Review and discuss fire hydrant maintenance agreement. This is my name, but go on, Bruce, if you would take that subject.
So, I don't know, 6-8 months ago, we started to go after an agreement. Has it been longer?
Time out.
How much longer?
Did I miss one?
Well, it's a review and
2
approve
years.
draft. Did we vote to approve it?
Oh,
Did I miss that?
I'm not sure, we approve it,
If
right?
there's no objection, you can just indicate you're approving that.
Okay,
We're,
thank you.
all right.
I'm sorry.
Hey, no, thank you. All right.
So the hydrant agreement, maintenance agreement with Montero Water and Sanitary has been going on for 2 years. And to no result. And there's some hydrants out there, I'm not saying you need a machete to get to them, but. They're not maintenance, and they're not open, they're not closed, their caps aren't graphited. So we need to get some resolve to get this sucker going so that we figure out who's doing what. And that's what I'm bringing to the board. We need to get something going.
Could I give you just the update? Maybe you know more than I do, but I know when Chief Cox was here, he and I had conversations with the fire, the water district. And there was a draft agreement that went back and forth, and I can check in with Chief Cox. I do not know what happened after we sent our last draft to them, but that was 2 years ago. So there may have been conversations that we're not aware of that have happened since then. So if you'd like, I can follow up, and we can bring you back a more complete report next month.
Please, we need to get
Where
this
that-
rascal solidified.
And that would be very helpful, but just who, it would help to know who is responsible. Among other things, for maintenance and everything else associated with it and so forth. For example, there's 3 water districts on the coast. Is the hydrant responsibility divided among them? I don't know,
I believe so.
is it?
Yeah,
It's clearly outlined in the Public Utility Code of
Oh.
California on
Yeah.
responsibilities and water purveyors and their overall regulation of the systems kind of have them driving most of it, but with the support of local jurisdictions sometimes to offset based on staffing issues or
I
other
see.
things like that. But an agreement that benefits both parties is something we're striving for.
But it would be very helpful.
I've got a question.
Yeah.
This is, seems like a silly question. Who owns the fire hydrants?
The water.
Okay. It just seems to me that they should make them serviceable for us, but that's just an opinion again.
Does the coastside water district own any hydrants?
Within,
Excuse me?
they maintain their own hydrant.
Their own?
Their system, yes.
Boy, what
Does Montero that does not?
Currently not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
Anything else? Anything else? Okay, thank you. Okay, board of directors, please report, and we went over the fight.
In regards to Montero and how this has dragged out for years and years and years. Has there been, and can we actually see maybe a report on also issues related to it not being able to find a hydrant due to shrubberies or, I mean, just so we can throw some information out there to the public and then build something. These guys, I don't know what they're doing or not doing,
Or
but
function.
they are responsible for the hydrant, whether it's painting it, maintaining it, whatnot. The fire department dictates what they want to do, that they're responsible and. You know, maybe the public and everyone else can understand if there's been issues, and I know Montero can be difficult at times to get places and whatnot. So not finding a hydrant can be an issue, so I'm sure there's some stories from. It's
Any building, the nearest.
a safety issue.
The nearest hydrant in my house is at East Avenue and 9th Street. From East Avenue, it's invisible.
So that's not.
It's, cannot see it.
Well, perhaps if we could find the draft of the original one from Chief Cox.
I have that, I can provide that.
Oh, okay, bring that to conclusion, that'd be helpful.
You
Okay,
have the weed whacker.
anything else? Okay. Finance committee, I went through the audit and we knew for a couple of reasons, we don't have a spreadsheet this month, but we certainly will have one in August. Volunteer committee report, Director Conco, Director Hammond.
I just add and say that the volunteer academy is going well. It's 5 coastside, 3 Honda and 2 Kings Mountain individuals, and they're all doing very well. Other than that, there are a small amount of calls that were run by volunteer teams last month. But Harry's going to. Yeah.
Well, you covered what I was gonna say, I was gonna mention some of the things they're actually training on, but. In terms of fire extinguishers and while I was at the meeting, there was a question asked to me. It was something the board's gonna have to discuss. will there be any increase in staffing for all the new equipment? What? Will there be any increase in staffing for all the new equipment?
Specific to paid Cal Fire increase?
Well, getting a bartender, that's one thing. And every station's got 2 engines, so.
Wait, I clearly don't know, but I would just point out that, a lot of things are gonna depend on the new contract. that It's gonna get from Delaware, which is, in 27. And, I mentioned to Gene earlier that I've actually had a letter, which I can't lay my hands on. Asking, it's a letter of intent asking us to send to Cal Fire indicating a letter of intent to renew the contract. And I have no reason to think, no alternative, very frankly, at this point, other than to do that. But I just don't have the letter to show to my board members today. I'm not sure what it is to do. But I think the major point is that in terms of what we do and like everything else, it's the contract.
Yeah.
It's gonna- the
Well, the question, I think, is specifically related to the water tender and the new type 3, and so there's 2 additional.
I suspect it will be on the agenda in the future.
Okay, thank you.
President Burke, if the Cal Fire contract is,
Excuse me?
when is it due, the new contract? Or
June 20, July 1st, 27. It's when it has to be renewed.
And follow up that, who's involved in going over the contract and, writing it, changing it?
Well,
Approving it, yeah.
the contract is pretty old boilerplate, and the attorneys will look at it, will use over it, argue over it, everything else. In the end, we don't have a whole lot of input, right?
Okay, so who writes the contract then?
It's a Cal Fire form. You have the responsibility to figure out your scope of service and staff, whatever staffing you think is necessary. That's what you would as board do.
Right, so if we had a question about, just hypothetically about staffing or anything, that would be a fine and appropriate time to discuss.
Yes.
It's always time 7 years term.
This one is, the one we're in now is 79. So, I don't know if this is true, but at the time, that was the longest contract that Cal Fire had. I'm not sure what the.
It's a year out, but
Yeah.
we made a note to at least have a meeting
And-
discussing the.
And there may be other things I suspect that we might like to add or delete from the contract.
I think the best way we can describe it is it's a cafeteria approach. Whatever we want, we order and they put it.
Yeah, but we should be able to have a.
Oh, yeah.
discussion about it and peruse and.
Yeah, when you want to look at the cafeteria, it's like that.
Menu.
Yeah.
Go ahead, please.
Slide your tray.
I have a separate issue, with the volunteer committee. Is this a good time?
Sure.
So November 4th is National Night Out. It's a very popular occasion here on the coast side. And there are many different block parties associated with this. And does everybody know what National Night Out is and what it involves? It's not our party. This is law enforcement national. But it's supported here by fire services because we send engine companies to these various events. And it's purely community outreach. And they spend about 15 minutes at each site, at each block. And the kids get to meet the firefighters and they get to see the equipment and it's a lot of fun. And then they move on. So there's so many people this year who applied to the city for the permit because the city gives them a $150 gift certificate that I'm not sure we're going to have enough fire companies, engines to service all of these different locations. And was wondering if the volunteers have given any thought to being a part of this.
It wasn't discussed at the last meeting.
So could it be?
I checked that, I guess.
If I can bring to add, I think that it'd definitely be like, they'd have to come to chain of command operationally.
How does that work?
I'm sure they probably, I don't overspeak, but probably could. But, yeah.
May I ask,
Maybe
just the
just
city
have an
have
example
a
or someone like that could.
No, it's from Montera all the way down to rural, to
Okay, yeah.
the edge of us, it's
Okay.
everywhere. And it's astonishing how popular it is, it seems to be an occasion. That neighborhoods or blocks feel that they can get together with their neighbors and just socialize. Now, what CERT does is provide emergency preparation and response materials, we support them with raffle prizes, little fire extinguishers, all kinds of stuff for the kids. So to make it a festive and friendly, meet your firefighter kind of event. But it's nationwide.
Well,
Nationwide, that's it.
I would just respectfully ask the chief to get involved in terms of deciding who, how, and where the volunteers would participate and to what extent. That's
So you said it's November the 4th?
Wednesday.
August 4th.
Oh,
August the 4th, okay, I heard November the 4th, I'm sorry. So August the 4th, okay, let's see, Tuesday, got it.
It's a Tuesday night. It usually happens.
But you're asking, Cynthia, that the volunteers report in some formal way or involved in some formal way?
Yes,
Yeah.
just like we send engines to these neighborhoods. That one of the engines that is deployable for this event be from our volunteers.
I would bet the volunteers would love
They'd
it.
love to do that.
Yeah,
It's fun.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. But chief, I would just ask if it requires any organization or anything else to do it. You know,
We would just need to know which events, like the official events are occurring and if there's a large number of events, we can rotate our fleet engines through some of them, they can make an appearance. We can talk with the volunteers and see if they're willing, like if they're even available, that's where we would start.
sure, excellent.
I mean,
And the city of Half Moon Bay is the general organizer, Eddie Healy is in charge of it, and I can get the official list from him. Of course, the sheriff's office also sends out multiple vehicles with teams of deputy sheriffs to meet at each of these different locations, so sometimes they're there together, sometimes the firefighters have come when the sheriffs have already been there and gone. But it's a pretty short time frame. It really runs between 5 o'clock and 7 o'clock, it's open.
okay,
What's the name of this event?
National Night Out.
National, thank you.
We received their email today for it.
Oh,
The
good.
coordination's begun and Chief Hidden's working on that as well.
Oh, cheaper than what you
okay. That it, Gene? I mean, Gene.
Cynthia.
Cynthia, yeah. Okay, land and structures, anything else on that? Bruce?
I think we covered it.
Yeah. Vegetation management, Director Cockrell, Director Hammond.
Nothing we're looking for right now.
Special Districts Association, Director Hannah.
Again, I'll just remind that the annual conference is coming up.
Yeah,
Their conference is August 24th and 27th. Obviously, if anyone on board wants to go, you can register through the website or have staff help you register. And I believe it is in Palm Springs or that region,
yes.
Palm Desert, or
Yeah.
next to Palm Springs, so as they rotate between Monterey and Palm Springs for the Palm Desert.
Very good.
Obviously, we said before, it's useful if you have things to learn or meeting people is also a great way to learn something, see a different perspective.
Well, you also can get your requirements.
Yeah, required lessons. I think you usually have to show up like the first day for that, I believe.
Megan, were you going to see what we all needed?
Yeah, we had like a spreadsheet and it made sense to me, but it was very complicated to look at. But I think a handful of you all do need to have some updated classes, and so we can kind of
Let us know.
discuss that. But you can always just do them online. I think if
Sure.
you do the like CSCA website or something, you can self-assign and just do it and send in the report. Be done.
But just let us know.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Megan. Okay, ALS JTA, no meeting, no report. There's District Capital Improvement, Director McKimming, how are we coming?
Just wonderful.
Okay,
Just zipping right along.
yeah. Nothing to add?
No.
Okay, thank you. Attorney's report, Jane?
Nothing, thank you.
No,
Excuse me.
Fire Marshal's report.
You skipped, sir.
I'm sorry.
We skipped CERT.
Oh, did I? I'm sorry.
That's okay.
There you go.
This has been an extraordinarily active month and we are so incredibly grateful. This past Saturday, it was just fun to see the site. We had 6 different surgeons out here. We had the entire academy working, doing their exercises on the north end of the apron. We had remote field teams set up along close to the apparatus bays. We had a whole luncheon set up for 70 people in the apparatus bays. And then we had the Sam Chowder truck showed up, bigger than life. And we were able to have a very good neighborhood command post exercise in preparation for the Great Coast Side Shakeout coming up in September. This will be our 7th year to do that. It's an innovation that started through CERT, through Chief Cosgrave, that has now grown to almost every neighborhood on the coast side. So we got to practice for that, and then we came in, thanked our volunteers. It's something we do every other year, and we presented service awards to the outstanding volunteers. We were really thrilled to have about 55 people who attended that luncheon and were thanked for their service, and we also provided lunch for all the on-duty fire personnel, as well as the whole academy and their instructors. So because they were here on the day. So it was a really great activity.
Sounds like it.
And it just shows how functional this facility is for the community. When they get going, every square inch of this place was busy that day. And we're grateful for it. So thank you so much for that. We have, so on Tuesday, we announced what we call Shake and Bake, which is earthquake and wildfire. It's a presentation that's put on by Matt Linton, who is a volunteer firefighter, among many other things. He was served for 27 years with FEMA in their special, there are 5 special strike team groups that go to the worst types of events around the country. He does a great presentation. We've had 60 people sign up in 2 days. It's going to be held up over at the Coastside Repertory Theater. So they have nice, comfortable seats. They have air conditioning. So no matter what the weather, we'll be ready to go. So that's coming up in August. We had a really amazing 2 days with Spanish CERT, as you recall. We graduated 30 people, 30 local people in Spanish. The whole program was Spanish last August. We've been very careful about publicizing this because we don't want to attract unwanted attention. But it comes to pass that Representative Mueller created certificates from all of the county supervisors, which were distributed to the 30 students and to the instructors and class administrators for this Spanish course. He came to Moon Ridge. There was the community put on a dinner for him and an event, and it was really lovely to have members of that community stand up in the midst of what is a difficult time for them and say, we're so proud to be a part of this community, to be recognized, to be involved, and we are the ones who, if there is a need for our services in an emergency, will step up and serve. So it was a wonderful event for him on Monday night, and then last night he came to City Council and gave a speech for Coastside CERT as he recognized in front of City Council all of the graduates of Coastside CERT and the team that put it on. Multiple agencies, including the Coastside Fire Protection District, were recognized for their role in the success of this class for this region, and it was a great event. I will try to get a recording of what he said. It's not long, but it's important, and I hope we can show it next time.
Very good.
From that, the only other thing that's coming up is the San Mateo County Disaster Prep Day, which is August 1st. I'm not sure if Coastside Fire is participating in the county event.
Not typically on the, you're talking about the one that's held over in the fairgrounds. So COSIDE is not typically involved with that. The county fire is, and then CAL FIRE on the state mission will have resources there.
Fantastic. Okay, good. Sir will be representing along with our rooms of
Yeah.
So. Any report?
Outstanding, Cynthia. Thank you. Good work.
And I have one thing in regards to the CSDA or the organization I discussed, that mentioned. I just looked at it, actually today is the last day to register for the discount price. It's about $100 difference in register out of the annual August 22.
Thank you. Okay. Fire marshal's report.
Thank you. Plan reviews for the month of June were 25, inspections were 30. I am happy to answer any questions on any projects within the district if you have them. And a report.
I can ask how we're doing on Cypress Point.
Cypress Point is moving along. The pavement and water lines are in. We conducted flow testing last week, but there's still a little bit more of a hurdle there to ensure we have the proper water for the project by the time of completion. And that is something Montero Water and we contractor are working.
And Kelly Avenue?
No, nothing on Kelly Avenue outside of what's been in the papers. Nothing's come through our office.
Okay.
Cypress Point, they're starting to frame,
Oh,
so flammable materials is on site.
Correct.
Because they have water flow.
They meet during construction, the flow requirement is different than what it is by the time of final, so they're able to meet that requirement to move the project forward at this time.
How many units does Cypress Point have?
71.
71, and is that counted in the number of affordable housing units we're supposed to be providing, or does that not count because it's outside the city limit?
I believe it falls under the county of San Mateo and that requirement for the housing. Yeah.
Thank you.
good. Very good. Fire chief's report, chief.
All right, well, please excuse my tardiness. I just got back from Florida and we had a 30-minute bike delay and then traffic over 92, so that's why I'm. I'll go through the stats. So for June stats, the district responded to 229 calls for service. Our average response time is 5 minutes and 34 seconds, which is well under the county requirement of 6 minutes and 59 seconds. Our PAR statement for June, we were down slightly in the month of June with the return of negative 0.06% or $2,600 loss. Our ending balance is 4.3, just over $4.3 million in that account. Our annual statement, so July of 2025 through end of June 2026, our annual return on PARs was 13.09%. And we had an annual earnings of $517,670.68. I just got back from doing the final inspection for the water tender. That's where I was in Florida for. The rig looks good. There were very few issues. Typically when we do inspections for fire engines, the way the process works is we work with the manufacturer, go through the spec sheet, and it's just a meticulous process, making sure that they build as they should. And for all intents and purposes, the water tender, they did a really good job on it. There were minor things. My only complaint was the quality was the paint was a little off, but they're going to correct it. So with that being said, it'll probably be in Florida for another couple of weeks, and it'll make its way to either Sacramento or Tracy, depending on which Golden State Fire Apparatus shop they want it to go to. And then when it's there, they'll install radios, and then we have a couple other modifications in our contract that they're going to do. So realistically, we probably won't see it for 2 or 3 months. But it should be relatively good to go, and we'll take that time over the next couple months to file the equipment for it, the appliances, adapters. It doesn't carry a lot of hose, but what it does, we'll have to order that as well.
Very good.
And that's it.
Thank you, chief. Questions?
Did we get a call to stand by on the little fire yesterday, or
Which
it was an element?
CAL FIRE sent resources over there. Yeah, but nothing from COSIDE Fire.
Other questions? Okay. In the packet is the PAS report, and I'll just point out to you that PAS continues to surpass and do a great job, but the balance we're going into it, all of it is $4,300,000, and you recall that's dedicated to the health care for prior employees, and that's taking care of that. And in the packet, some of the statistics that the chief mentioned are available to the public, and if they would like to do it. And without exception, they are right on mark or ahead of everything very well. The other quick thing I would just go back on with that, the audit that we had and discussed is a public document, and if anybody would like or has trouble going to sleep at night or something like that, they can get a copy of it and go through it and question it to their satisfaction. Anything else? Yeah.
Yeah, you said there was a vehicle accident in June involving your Riverside Fire Fund.
Oh, one of our.
Number of vehicle accidents involving Riverside FD says one.
Oh, yes. Yes, we did have a vehicle accident with one of our battalion chiefs ran in the back of a civilian vehicle at a stoplight in Santa Cruz County on business down there. Minor, like a small dent or bumper on the district rig, but a lot of bumper damage and trunk damage to the car that we ran into. So all the insurance that process has been going through it, and we handle it, you know, how we do internally with accident reporting as well.
Okay, thank you.
Anything else? Without objection, we adjourn. Thank you. Thank you.